Hello and welcome. GST network has recently come up with a new functionality which is live on the GST portal. It's called Electronic Credit Reversal and Reclaim Statement. Obviously, it is a statement of ITC reversed and reclaimed. Before we understand why do you have to reverse or reclaim ITC, input tax credit, first let's talk about availing ITC. If you satisfy certain specified conditions, then you can avail input tax credit when you file your GSTR 3B. GSTR 3B is filed once in a month or once in a quarter depending upon the frequency that you have chosen. Let us first see in GSTR 3B how to report ITC that you want to avail. This is table 4 of GSTR 3B, eligible ITC. 4A is ITC available, which has 5 heads. First, import of goods. Here you need to report IGST that is paid under reverse charge on the goods that you have imported. Similarly, import of services. Then inward supplies liable to reverse charge other than the first 2 heads. For instance, GST that you pay on GTA services has to be reported here. Fourth one, inward supplies from IST, that is input service distributors, it has to be reported here. Fifth head is all other ITC. If the ITC that you want to avail does not fit in any of the first 4 heads, then you have to report it here. Let us now talk about ITC reversal. Why do you reverse ITC? ITC reversal can be because of 2 main reasons. Let's talk about the first reason, exempt supply. If you are into supply of goods or services on which GST is not applicable, then you need to reverse proportionate ITC or ineligible ITC. That is, transactions on which input tax credit is specifically disallowed, which is also known as block credit. Here you need to reverse ITC. For instance, GST that you pay on construction of an immovable property, say office. Even though office is going to be used for the purpose of your business, you still can't avail ITC because it is specifically disallowed. Let us now talk about the next category. Here we have goods in transit. Even though this transaction appears in your GSTR 2B, you still have to reverse ITC because you have not yet received the goods. Or if you have not made payment to your vendor within 180 days of invoice, then you need to reverse ITC. Or let's say you have wrongly availed excess ITC, so to correct that error, you have to reverse ITC. If you observe carefully, ITC reversal that you do under the first head is permanent in nature. That is, once you reverse, you just have to forget about it. But ITC that you reverse under the second head is temporary in nature because later on, once you satisfy the required conditions, you can once again avail ITC. And this is known as reclaiming ITC. So we can say that ITC reversal under first head can't be reclaimed because reversal is permanent, while ITC reversal under second head can be reclaimed. For instance, when the goods are in transit, you reverse ITC. Later on, when the goods are delivered to you, you reclaim ITC. Let us now see how this ITC reversal and reclaiming ITC so reversed are going to be reported in GSTR 3B. Again, table 4, eligible ITC, and 4B, ITC reversed. If the ITC reversal is permanent in nature, that is, if it is of the first category, then you need to report such reversal in table 4B1. And if the reversal is temporary in nature, that is of category 2, then you need to report it in 4B2. Later on, once you reclaim ITC, you need to report this in 2 different fields, one in 4A5 and another one in 4D1. If you would like to know more about reporting of input tax credit in table 4 of GSTR 3B, you may consider watching my earlier video, the link in the top right corner. Now coming back to the topic, so far we have understood about availing input tax credit, ITC reversal and reclaiming ITC so reversed, and we have also seen how to report these transactions in GSTR 3B. With this basic understanding, let's now talk about the new functionality, electronic credit reversal and reclaim statement. Here, first we are going to see how the transactions like ITC reversal and reclaim that you report in your GSTR 3B is going to get reflected in this new statement. Then we are going to understand what's reporting of opening balance and how to report this opening balance on the GST portal. Let's say this is table 4 of your GSTR 3B, eligible ITC. In the month of May 2023, let's say you have not paid your vendor within 180 days, so you have reversed input tax credit of 5 lakh. Now this transaction has to be reported in table 4B2 of GSTR 3B because this reversal is temporary in nature. Let us now see how this transaction gets reflected in the new statement. ITC that you reverse is going to get credited to this statement and the balance is going to get increased to that extent. And this data would be picked from table 4B2. In July 2023, let's say you have made 60% of payment to the vendor. So you are eligible to reclaim 60% ITC. 60% of 5 lakh is 3 lakh. And this transaction has to be reported in two fields. One in 4A5 and another one in 4D1. Let us now see how this transaction would get reflected in the new statement. ITC that you reclaim is going to get debited to this statement and this value would be picked from table 4A5 and the balance to that extent is going to get reduced. After this reversal and reclaim, whatever balance that you have which you are yet to reclaim would appear as closing balance in the new statement. So the summary here is whatever ITC that you reverse is going to get added to this statement, so the balance is going to go up, and whatever ITC that you reclaim is going to get subtracted, so the balance is going to get reduced, and ITC remaining to be reclaimed is going to appear as closing balance in this new statement. Let us now talk about what's reporting of opening balance. But before that, let's understand what's this opening balance. This new functionality, electronic credit reversal and reclaim statement, this is effective from August 2023 onwards. So ITC that you have reversed and yet to reclaim up until July 2023 is not going to get reflected in this statement. So if you are a monthly filer, then whatever ITC that is pending to be reclaimed as at the end of July 2023 is going to be your opening balance. And if you are a quarterly filer, then ITC pending to be reclaimed as at the end of the first quarter, that is April to June 2023, is going to be your opening balance. And this opening balance has to be reported manually. So if you are a monthly filer, then it is better to do this before you file your GSTR 3B for August. And if you are a quarterly filer, then it is better to do this before you file your GSTR 3B for Q2. We'll shortly see how to file this opening balance declaration on the GST portal. And from August onwards, whatever ITC reversal and reclaim that you report in your GSTR 3B would automatically get reflected in this new statement. Let's now see how to file this opening balance declaration on the GST portal. Navigate to the GST portal, log into your account, click Services, Ledgers, Electronic Credit Reversal and Reclaim Statement. Here you can see the opening balance, which is 0 here. Click Report ITC Reversal Opening Balance. You would be navigated to this screen. Considering our earlier example where ITC remaining to be reclaimed was 2 lakh, let's say that is IGST. So let's enter this value in IGST field. Similarly, if you have CGST, SGST or UTGST or cess credits which are pending to be reclaimed, then you can enter value in appropriate fields. Verify, select authorized signatory. If you are required to submit using digital signature certificate, select submit with DSC. Otherwise, click submit with EVC, electronic verification code. OTP would be sent to your mobile phone or email ID. Enter OTP and submit opening balance declaration. Let us now talk about time limits. Earlier I said it is better to file this opening balance declaration before you file your next GSTR 3B which is due. But what if you are not ready with this value? No worries, you have got some time to do this, and the last date is 30th November 2023. And within this period, you also have an option to amend the opening balance that you have reported, and this can be done for a maximum of 3 times. Let's say in the month of September, you have reported opening balance, and later on you realize that this is not correct. So you can amend this for a maximum of 3 times till 30th November 2023. From December onwards, you cannot report opening balance, but you can amend opening balance that you have reported till 30th November 2023. And from 1st Jan 2024 onwards, you can neither report nor amend this opening balance. As of now, these are the time limits. Let us now talk about one important thing. Can you reclaim ITC more than that you have reversed? Or let me put it differently. Can you reclaim ITC more than the closing balance in this new statement? Straight answer to this question is yes, you can do it. And when you do this, GST portal would throw you a warning which you can override it. But I strongly suggest that you override this only when your claim is genuine or if there is an error on the GST portal. Otherwise, you would end up paying interest, penalty, etc. for wrongly availing and utilizing input tax credit. Let us also try and answer another question. What if you don't report this opening balance? Now, if you don't have any ITC that is pending to be reclaimed, then you don't have to report this opening balance. But if you have and if you don't report, then later on you might have compliance issues. So if you don't want to get into such problems, then it is better to report this opening balance before 30th November 2023. With this, it is a wrap on this episode. Hope it was informative. Thank you for watching.